Aussie gem hunter Nasiib here, underground 42 foot digging sapphires out of Old Riverbed. Let's check it out. Okay, this is where we left off last time. Now you can see there's a little bit of wash still left. Now there's still a little bit of a bench left, but I believe it's actually diving down. There's all that material there and that material there. Now you can see it's different colours. So from that wash there to this wash here, it does change colour. And we've got, some clay creeping in, which is actually slow water. So when the water's slowed down, and this is Old Riverbed obviously, and it's come from a period of down here where it's been super fast and been able to push up a whole bunch of rocks and things, which we call billies, and there's one right there. A whole bunch of billies get pushed up into their area, and heavy indicators like ironstone. So it's been hopefully pushed all the way up and then shoved into here, and then the slow water will hit, and then the sapphires will drop, and that's money. But anyway, more likely than not, we're going to dig it and find one or two little things, fingers crossed. Indicators that we look for is ironstone, and that's a piece of ironstone there. You can see it's a darker colour and it's got that iron responses to it. So we're going to take this wash here, and you can see a little division. You can see a little division that comes from way over here, and it hits there, and then that's pretty much where we're going to take it. The wash does pile up here, but there's nothing in that sort of section that I like. But down in this section here, it all looks pretty good. Plus that's obviously a little billy, and then we come to this section, and I did pick one out of the wall, just where my jackhammer mark is right there. I picked a sapphire out of the wall, and you can see the same little division here. So whatever's happened, it's struck this area, and I believe it's pinched off to here and then expanded back out again. And we're going to take that level there, because that's a piece of old ironstone that came out of there from the colour, and then it stops here. So we're just going to directly head that direction there. So yeah, we're going to go that direction. I'm going to open this up a bit more, push the sides out, and yeah, fingers crossed we get something. But the ground looks good. There was a big billy here and a big billy there, and a 50 carata that's not clear, it's all cracked, but 50 carata came out of there, in little bits and pieces, and we did get an okay stone last week. And so yeah, now the thing that's been driving me crazy is, can you see that black thing on the floor? Normally it'd go, oh, sapphire, but every time I've been picking it up, every time I pick it up, it looks green. And I think to myself, damn, I've been skunked again. It looks like it's sapphire, but it's actually the pelican pick bleeding off its colour. So, yeah, I've been skunked like 1,000 times already. Why would I just lose all of its paint and save me the headache? So, yeah, that's where we're at. Let's get into it. Let's dig it. Good morning, guys. Now, okay, this is our little spot that we're at. Bench all done. To give you some perspective, we'll throw Terrible throw. You see, terrible throw. All right. So it's about 1 metre by about 2.5 or 2 metres across. And we've gone lower, like I said before, to try to minimise how much material that we're using, because that sand layer there, you don't really need to, obviously there's nothing in the sand because there's no slow water. Now, we've got sort of 600 carats right here, or 630, almost 700 carats right there. Now, if you can see the topography of the land, there's a dip or wallow there, so all the fast water would have hit, pushed up a heap of billies, and it sat in there. Now, we found, a 50 carater right there, and we've got the same topography. Hopefully the water splashed up and it's dumped a whole bunch of stuff. If we find billies in there, we're in a good show of getting some sapphires. Also, it's creeping up, so it's from this little plateau here where I found some good stone here. Like I found a couple of good 20 caraters here that cut really well. Fingers crossed in that section, because it's coming up again, we'll find a nest of sapphire. So yeah, that's us. Just got to dig it. There's a big billy, just a big rock. Billies are called rocks in the surface there. So we don't know. Haven't really seen one of those in that layer before. Yeah, so dig it, and if I find something, bring you guys back for a little chop at. Rightio, here we go. So me kind of half dancing, wriggling, all I'm doing is I'm crushing up the material, and basically I'm standing on the material and half sort of dancing just to make sure it breaks all up. So as you do the wash, you need to break the material up. Instead of hitting it with a hammer, I just stand on it when I'm about 85, 87 kilos, depending on how much junk I've eaten for the week. So, basically I'll just stand it up, I'll break it all up and release the sapphires from the material that I've just dug away. So when you do the wash, I'm not going to trust the pulsator to catch everything. I'm not going to trust the trommel to break everything up, because if there's this little sapphire, we're only talking about 2 or 5 carats, and if it's stuck on a rock or stuck on rolled peats of ash, I want to break all that up to make sure that the pulsator catches it. So that's what it looks like, me grooving around. Okay, well, I've done 10 loads upstairs, and then I thought to myself, am I ever going to see a sapphire? Have we just picked the wrong spot? But the first one's popped out. Now, don't get too excited. I definitely didn't. She's only small. We'll give a look at it. I can't remember where I put it. It's that small. Is that it there? No. I can't yell at it if you can find it. I'll just get a bit of light on the situation. There's definitely a sapphire there somewhere. Let's have a look. There it is. You can just see the glint. I just see that little glint. See how it shines? She's only small. Look. We're not going to get too excited with this one. But if it's a nice colour, and right, it popped out. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that little cutie. Nice broil blue colour, nice light blue colour. And then mind you, that torch is super strong. I've mentioned that 50 million times. And I've got a hair on me. Bloody 20. Alright, so at least we've got one. A sapphire is better than no sapphire, right? So, little sapphire just came out of this corner here. Fingers crossed, you know, it's got a bigger brother there somewhere. Fingers crossed. Okay, it's been a tough 2 days. Let's see what we've got in the pulsator. So we did 40 loads today. No 20, no friends, just all by my Pat Malone. So yeah, let's check out what we got. Fingers crossed, we got something. I didn't really see much. So, you know, it was very, very sandy as well. So yeah, other than fingers crossed and a little prayer, we'll see what happens. Let's say for 40 loads, 40 wheelbarrows I should say, 4 big loads, we want to see a whole bunch of that real dark, big dark irons, which like, you know, something like that. I don't really want to see too much of this stuff in there. Yeah, we might be in for a show. There's enough big irons for me to think we might get something. Oh, there's something poking out the back. I don't know whether you can see it on camera or not, but a little sapphire poking out the back. We'll get to him in a second. I'm going to shift all these bigger irons so we're not all fiddling around. Rightio. That's it there. It's a shattered piece by the looks of things. You can tell straight away. I mean, they look a bit bronzy. You can't see straight through them. So yeah, not good. See? Oh, now I've got a little light show going on for you. That's all right. Like if we see one out the back, hopefully there's more. I didn't. You know, other than that little one underground, spinel. Oh, that could have been sapphire actually. Yeah, other than that, that's spinel. You can see it's just a different shape, different colour. That's sapphire. We'll have a look at that. Oh, it's got some issues, but we'll have a look at it inside. It might be something, might not be something. That's a bomb sapphire. Spinel. Oh, look out. Don't run away. Come on. Oh. Now, it's pretty late in the afternoon. Oh, look at that. That's a nice little piece, actually. Oh, shame that that's table and that's cross table. I might be able to get something out of that. It's a nice little... Well, we've got two possibles. That's a star sapphire. Oh, I just rummaged through... Oh, zircon. Looks like it's got a few cracks in it. Trying to keep my arm up. Spinel. What's that? Sapphire by the looks of things. Nice little slither. Oh, look at this. Little cutie or something. Actually, I think that's... Yeah, that's arsenic. Yeah. Bit of a fail from me. Oh, there's another little sapphire in the corner here I didn't pick up. Nice little green. You know, it's too flat to do anything, but we'll see. You know, it'd be good for skin polish. I'll try not to get in the way of that camera. That's a bit of nothing. Ah, it's a pieces. Look at that. It's a beautiful piece. It's just super flat. Alright, oh well. You can't win them all. Spinel. That's not it either. That's bomb. I need to get my head in there, but I don't want to obstruct you guys. Spinel. Looks like sapphire to me. Yeah. It's not very good though. It's got a heap of cracks in it. Jeez, what am I doing with that light? I need to be a bit more professional with that, don't I? There's a couple of zircons right down the bottom here. I can't get out. That looks like sapphire. It's just like a milky shattered sapphire. Another shattered piece. Finding them now. It's titanium. Spinel. Oh, there's a little something there. Oi, come back here. Wait, come on. Out you come. You want to go home. That's sapphire. It's got a bit of rutile in the bottom anyway. I'll show you the side. Looked like it had some rutile in the bottom and clear top to it, which will be interesting. Alright. Spinel. I really want to get to this corner, but I think my finger's going to do it. I've got a zircon in there. Alright, let's have a look inside. Way up time, hey? 40 odd wheelbarrows, and these two will probably look the best, but we've got a whole bunch of, zircon, and I emptied out the pulsator. Basically at the end of the week I empty out the pulsator and just see what we've got in the other baffles, and that's why there's so many little zircons, because I just can't, I can see them, I just can't be bothered getting them out. We'll get half of it on there and to let you know what we've got for the week, or for the 2 days. 2 really hard days actually. My body's a little bit banged up. Yeah, I probably need a bit more gym work, I think. Yeah, so we've got in the grandiose total, well, I'll call it 160, hey? Yeah, look there, bing bong, bang, 160. We'll get that other sapphire on there. So 163.8. Let's have a look at that stone. Now, the good stuff. Oh, it's gone crazy again. Oops. There we go. Alright, so this is a super flat piece, and you can see it's a bit flat. I'll show you that in a second. It's 5.8 carats, 6 carats. It's just super flat, so there's little things we can do with that. This little one was alright, and it's 3.3. There's a crack right in the middle though, right in the wrong spot, and this little dynamo here, it'll cut to about a carat and a bit, and it's 4.1 carats. So, like these 3 were definitely worth the time. The zircon's got a little crack in it, but it's actually not too bad, that little zircon. We might have a look at that as well. So yeah, good, good. Don't get me wrong. It's not the bonanza that I was hoping for. The spot looked so good. I thought, oh, I'm gonna end up with a bloody bonanza here. But check that out. That's table there, so it sort of gets cut in that direction, and there's a nice, really golden bottom on it. Oops. So see that golden bottom? That's really going to make that blue. Oh, look out. Make that blue fire with just an awesome blue color. It looks green, obviously, but you can see right at the top there, the tip is yellow. Well, if I turn it in a different direction, yeah, so see that tip is so yellow. It's like a golden yellow. There you go. That's it there. See that? Oh, bloody hell. I hope I didn't lose it. That would have been devastation. But you can see how yellow that tip is. You can see it comes 3/4 of the way through the stone like that. And you'd have to cut it in that direction there. And there is one little crack down the side, but a nice emerald or a round brilliant out of that. And we're going to recover about a carat out of that. So that is bing bong bang, exactly what we want. And then zircon wise, as you can see, there's issues. There's a crack right there, and there's a couple of cracks there. It'll cut to about a half a carat or a carat. This one, little jelly bean, actually is a beautiful colour. Look here, you can't even get anywhere close to that light on it before it just shines all the way through. But it does have a crack, so you can see the crack right there. So, good practice stone for 20. And this one's super flat. But look at that colour. That colour is amazing. Very few little issues with this. Colour's gorgeous. Everywhere you look at it, it's fantastic. Look at that cross table. And that's table there. And you can't really shine. Beautiful, beautiful stone. Just, there's a couple of problems with it. It's not 40 carats and super deep. That's the only problem with it. It's not massive. See, there is one little crack just there. But yeah, gorgeous stone, super light. Stay tuned. We'll see what they look like. Oh, geez, look, my hair. That's out of control. So we'll see. We'll see what they look like. Yeah, back with a beautiful pair. So both of those look pretty much identical. Look at that. The worst light possible, by the way, to show these off, but I don't have the time to wait till mid-morning. I've sort of got to get this edited so I can get back to a flight. So yeah, check them out. Different variants color of that yellow, but just both of them turned out teal. This one is actually the really thin one that I said that would sort of do something special with. But I mean, it is a gorgeous stone, but nothing really. I mean, it is special, the round brilliant. But I thought it was going to turn into a bit of a flat piece for a men's ring. Just had too many fractures and that sort of thing to turn out to something a bit bigger. But look how gorgeous it is. Like, that is amazing. And its little pigeon pair buddy, that they both went 1.1? Yeah, 1.1 carats. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. And they would be perfect earrings, like they are pretty much pigeon pair. And it's amazing to see, both those colors. This one doesn't have heat. This one has heat, and they looked completely different in the raw form, but exactly the same, almost exactly the same in the cut form. Crazy how that works out, hey? Just absolutely gorgeous, both of those stones. I've said it once and I'll say it again. You know, I think Australia has the best sapphires around. All natural light around, and all light, so I should say, all natural light, all natural Australian stones. Thanks for watching.